Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals is tonight, and this is how we got here. The first 3 games, they were all down to the wire, with each contest being decided by 6 points or less. Pretty intense. And then, in a crucial Game 4, Tyrese Haliburton, he went ahead and took things personally. He put up a 32-12 and 15 stat line in the win without committing a single turnover. That's the most impressive part. They took a 3-1 series lead off of that performance. One thing to monitor, though, heading into Game 5, of course, is the status of Karl Anthony Towns. He suffered a knee contusion late in Game 4. He did finish the game, but you could tell it slowed him down a considerable amount here. And he is listed as questionable going into this game. Cat is, of course, incredibly important to this group. He has 5 straight games with 20 or more points, and his impact has been felt on the boards, too. His 11 double-doubles, they are the 6th most by a Knick in a single postseason since Ewing and Oakley. It's the most in 94. Josh Hart, he spoke this morning on how the Knicks are viewing this series now.
We put ourselves in this position. This series could easily have been 2-2 right now, or 3-1 us, or whatever. A couple of mistakes that we made put us in this position. So we know that, but this team, the character of this team, we never quit, and that always gives us confidence.
Well, as Perk astutely pointed out, it's not a 2-2 series. This is 3-1 for the New York Knicks. They got to get it done. And the Pacers, they're averaging 120 points, over 120 points a game. They have got to slow them down if they have any hope, the New York Knicks, of progressing in this series.
Yeah, I mean, when the shot goes up, you do not have a man. Get back. Get back, get back. If I catch you offensive, because we brought this up and you brought up a good point. They like the offensive rebound from the guard position. When the shot goes up from the top, those guys that are in those corners, you guys have to get back. You cannot be going to the basket and trying to get offensive rebounds. At this point, it's labeled as selfish. If you're trying to get offensive rebound, you're not getting back, you're being selfish, because we understand that transition defense is the key to this game.
And it's discipline, right? In order to beat the Pacers, you got to have discipline. Transition is one, but you got to get stops, and you got to be able to protect guys that they're hunting, right? They're hunting Jalen Brunson, and they hunting Karl Anthony Towns. It's the reason that they only had 2 points apiece in Game 4, because they're tired. They're involved in every action. So let's run my tape real quick. Let me give you an example on how you protect guys. See, Draymond Green, he sniffed this out early, and he knew that this play was for Austin Reeves to create a mismatch, right? So he wanted to be involved. Look at all the switching, all the pointing, because he wanted to be involved with this. And at the end, who's guarding Austin Reeves? It's Draymond Green, but look what it took to get there. So now we bring it to the tape of the series of the Pacers and the Knicks. They are looking for Jalen Brunson. You trying everything. You got them in the drop coverage, right? They keep going screen for screen, guard for guard. At this point, right there, Mikal Bridges has an opportunity to switch with Jalen Brunson to take the heat off of him, but he don't. Obi Toppin pulls it. Look, he's still coming. Dribble handoff again. All of a sudden, where they at again? He slips because he don't want to set the screen. They want this matchup. Not Jalen Brunson, dead bird, tall grass. You got to be able to protect him. He's giving you everything and more offensively. Yeah. You got to find a way to protect them defensively.
And the Pacers don't switch, so they can hide Haliburton when they need to. They put their big man on Josh Hart, and it's been successful. We haven't seen maybe OG on Tyrese Haliburton try that, but then you're putting Mikal Bridges on Pascal. It's pick your poison.
Yeah, absolutely pick your poison. Perk, I know you like music. Do you know, we try not to run the bill up here, but it's like, it takes two to
make a thing go right.
I know that one. That's wild bass.
It takes 2 for the Pacers to go right, and it's Pascal Siakam
I got you,
and
Big Pro. I got
Tyrese
you.
Haliburton. I want you guys to see their effectiveness this series. Look at the numbers right here, and focus on the assist-to-turnover ratio.
Wow.
Haliburton has 44 assists to 6 turnovers.
Right.
Pascal Siakam has a, 6.5 to 1 assist-to-turnover ratio. They're cooking on top of giving you almost 25 points per game, both of them, and rebounding. You have to find a way, as you said, Malika, to pick your poison. You can't let Haliburton go off and then let Pascal, or vice versa. And you said something before we're coming, when we're leaving for break. You said it's like, what, you have a better chance wrestling
an alligator. alligator.
Well, what do you do when you're trying to slow down an alligator? You throw a towel on its eyes. You take away the vision.
How do you guys have such deep depth of knowledge of how to
We
wrestle
from the
alligators?
South. We from the South. We from the South. Stay ready so you don't get
There
ready.
you go. You showed those numbers. I know we can't get excited yet about what potentially the OKC finals matchup could be, but if it is in fact Indiana, that's going to be fun to watch a guard like Tyrese Haliburton, who doesn't turn the ball over against an OKC defense, that is what they seek out trying to do. But we're not there yet. Well, the Pacers, they can clinch a finals appearance tonight. Jamal Collier, who's been covering Indiana for us, joins us now. We know, Jamal, that Tyrese, he does not shy away from playing in Madison Square Garden. What is his mindset going into this closeout Game 5?
Yeah, Malika, even in the aftermath of how well he played in Game 4, when he started thinking about the energy, the excitement that would be in the building in Game 5 in MSG, you could just see a smile start to creep across his face. You know, he told me earlier in the playoffs that he really thrives off that trash talk, off, hearing opposing crowds go after him. And the Pacers have really thrived in these moments during this postseason run. They've won 6 straight road playoff games, and Haliburton has said that the continuity they have, the experience that they had last year, winning a Game 7 in New York City, it's really given them the confidence to be able to play home or road. It doesn't matter. As long as they play their game, they feel good about their chances to win. And Haliburton, even despite how good he was in this previous game, felt like he had even some room for improvement and some room to play better in some areas. So the Pacers have got a lot of confidence coming into this game. They've really kept their, kept their foot on the throats of their opponents in these previous rounds. Looking at the matchup against Cleveland in this last round, where they went and closed a Game 5 out on the road, they're looking to repeat that again here tonight.
Yeah, they have so much swagger. That's the word that comes to mind when you look at this Indiana team. Jamal, thank you so much. We'll certainly be checking in with you as this series continues to unfold here. But Tyrese Haliburton, he raises his game in the postseason. Career averages for points and assists, they both go up while keeping his assist-to-turnover ratio elite here. What allows him to do this?
I mean, as great as Tyrese Haliburton is, I think the greatness and the combination of Rick Carlisle has really helped him. I got a chance to see Rick Carlisle up front, and he is a wizard offensively. And when you come, and Perk knows this, when you're coming down the court defensively and you recognize a set, you're looking to guard 1 or 2 things out of that set. This team has 4, 5, 6 options out of that set, and they exhaust every single option. They don't walk through dummy offense in practice. I guarantee this team runs through dummy offense. And if I can give you a football analogy, it's like when Lamar Jackson comes to the line and Harbaugh is the coach, and you think it's an RPO, but you don't know if it's a pass or a run. You got 5 wide, and he takes off and runs for 50 yards. But you got 5 wide, and you spread it to flow with your offense. You don't know what option or what's coming because this team has practiced this, and these are the habits that they've built. This is not an accident that they're playing like this offensively.
It's the leadership of Tyrese Haliburton, and it's him doing it on both sides of the floor. Defensively, he's holding his own. He ranked 10th in the postseason when he's the primary defender, holding people to 38% shooting.
Wow.
When you leading by example, when you're able to be the primary ball handler and you're the leader and defensively you're going extremely hard on that end, then it sets the tone, it sets the table for everybody else.
You know what's interesting? I was going through this thought exercise as we were celebrating how good the Pacers have been this postseason, and I was like, who's a better passer right now in the game? I know we're in the postseason and, the Nuggets are eliminated, but you think about it, Jokic is probably the best offensive generator through his passes. But Tyrese Haliburton is right next to him based off of what we've been able to see him do. And you said RPO, right? Run pass option? Heavy on the pass. Heavy on the pass. Because, he gets them going. What made them so lethal is that he was scoring before he passed, but normally he passes before he scores. And you talk about a system he has generated. He's the perfect type of player for this system where everyone's moving, everyone can shoot. Yeah. And, you just think about his numbers right here. 9.3 assists per game this postseason, which leads the NBA. That number could even be higher. It could be higher. And so I look at this and I'm like, wow, we're watching one of the game's best passers right before our eyes.
And that's reigniting this debate over whether or not who's a superstar. Is Tyrese Haliburton a superstar? Is Jalen Brunson a superstar? Ant, Shea. You and I have talked about this for years, Perk. I think the term superstar is entirely overused in the NBA because we need a new word for Steph Curry and LeBron if everybody is a superstar. That being said, when you look at this, Perk, the most points scored or assisted on this postseason, you got some new fellas up in there. You got some young blood in Brunson, SGA, Haliburton, and Ant Edwards. Back in the NBA, the Knicks are down 3-1, and they've never overcome that deficit in franchise history. The Pacers, they have never lost a series when leading 3-1. So this is a movable force and an irresistible object, Chiney. Is that what you say? It's going to be the last game, maybe, before we're back here for the NBA Finals. One thing is for sure, we know that Game 1 will be right here where we are sitting. So it's time to make some picks, Perk. Who you got in this one?
Tapped out on the Knicks. I'm tapped out.
You're tapped out?
Yeah, I'm going with the Pacers. Pacers closes out tonight.
All right.
I have no belief whatsoever.
So you're waving the white flag?
Yeah.
All right, I want more basketball. The Pacers are going to win this series. I'm going to say the New York Knicks are going to get this game tonight. However, if they get down early, that crowd in Madison Square Garden, they can get antsy very, very quickly, but I'm going to roll with the Knicks in this one.
They can get as antsy as they want. If they're going to put 8 of them out there, they got a chance. But outside of that, they ain't got no chance, man. I'm going with the Pacers. They're going to beat them like they caught them stealing mangoes out their yard.
Okay, Chiney?
I've been so torn on this.
Yep.
You guys know these picks are so hard for me. I feel like I need some help.
You need some help?
I have a friend out here today.
Who we got? We got
Carter. Carter, come through here.
Mr. Carter.
And keep it real, too.
Everyone meet Carter. This is Perk's son. He's my favorite. All right, we've got Knicks and Pacers. You going to help me with my pick? All right, who do you have in this one?
The Knicks.
Oh, and he said it with his chest. So we got a little family feud here.
Yeah,
Pops, anything you wanna impart on your son about? I mean, you picked the Pacers and he's picking New York.
Feel sorry for his loss. You know what I mean?
Don't worry about it. My boys don't listen to me either.
Here's the thing. I done been on that side. You know what I'm saying? I was on that side when the series started, and I was still stubborn even in Indiana. So if you want to go down with Malika and Shanae on that boat tonight,
Carter,
y'all going to be on that boat by yourself. Damn it, I'm going the other way.
What about Big Body Bronson?
Don't do that to your dad on spot, boy. You know
All
what I'm
right,
saying?
we got
Gotta
one
get
more
home.
for you. Since you picked the Knicks,
He's gonna be fine.
our producers are asking, can you just take a look at this screen here, Carter, and tell us who wore this better?
Oh, wow.
So that's Malika and Lilo.
Who wore it
it
better?
better?
Come on, Carter.
Malik.
Yeah, that's my dog. That's my dog. That's going to do it for us here from Oklahoma
Way to go,
City.
Carter.
We'll see you back from our LA studios tomorrow.
Start
Nailed it,
making
Carter.
start.